How to survive in row. Tired of freezing in row? This is how to survive in dusk till dawn. Well, there are quite a different methods out there, and for most people, they just keep playing until they can finally get some good players to carry them through to the end. I'm going to show you the method I use to get to the end of rows dusk till dawn and win. Not just survive, but win. This method's very easy. It can be used with a full squad, or if you disable matchmaking, you can do this method by yourself and survive, winning the match and claiming this sweet victory all to yourself. For this method, make sure that you choose the climber perk, as it allows the most capacity and will allow you to carry the most wood, which is required to survive. Most players have a hard time getting wood in the game. Whether it be spawning in a busy town, fort, or somewhere else, a lot of times there's really just too many enemies to deal with. You might get lucky and win a couple times, but it's really not a steady method to continually win the game after game after game. But my method is. Start by spawning here, in the middle of the map. You will notice that there is some wood and food here. There is also a vehicle that spawns here rather frequently. The vehicle will make this method super quick and get you the most supplies to win the match. Gather all the wood and food in this village. Move past the village here to the second village that has fuel. If the first location doesn't spawn a vehicle, usually the second location does. After getting the wood at the second location, get in your vehicle or travel on foot as quick as you can, looking for a vehicle on the way. For those of you that want to stop the video at this point, let me show you my route real quick so you can maximize your loot. Stopping at the third location, continue grabbing the wood, making your way northeast, eventually all the way to fort. This is where this method can really become dicey. A lot of people spawn in fort, so when they hear your vehicle, bet on some shots hitting your vehicle. Don't go fully into fort though. You'll most likely die. Instead, stay on the road into fort, stopping very briefly to jump out, grab wood, and get back in, taking off to your next wood location on the road. Keep doing this until you have obtained the maximum amount of wood. This method works very well if at least 2 players have the climbing perk, so there is more people to hold large amounts of wood, food, and supplies. Once you have done this, go to a remote location, right-click on your lighter in your inventory, and start a fire. I can do all of this before the first storm comes in and you have to start your fire. I recommend waiting 10 to 20 seconds after the storm approaches before starting your fire, so as to preserve and save as much wood as you can. By using food buff is taking the food that you found, raw, uncooked, and after starting a fire, putting it on the fire and cooking it. The longer the food takes to cook, the higher the buff. Some are level 3, whereas the steak is a level 2 and the legs are just a level 1 food buff. It's important to note if you already have a level 2 or level 3 food buff and you eat food that's level 1 food buff, it's really not going to help you. So make sure you spread the food out and keep the level 3 food buff, passing out the level 2 food buff to your best friend, and all the other random squad mates, give them a couple legs for level 1 food buff. The food buff is going to take your yellow bar and slowly regenerate it. So by waiting 10 to 20 seconds after the storm approaches, before starting your fire, yes, it's going to lower your yellow bar, but after eating food and using the food buff, you're going to get that yellow bar back. You should have enough wood after doing this to last until the end. So the only thing left is to reload your gun, get to a remote town without any loot in it, so there's no reason for an enemy to pick that spot on a map, and show up. Now create your fire every match. Survive and you will win. But don't forget to put the wood on the fire. If you didn't grab enough or all the wood that I showed you, stock up on food and meds, as you can gain your yellow bar back by eating cooked food and using the food buff. Using this method, you will increase your chances of winning in row and have more fun playing the game. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like below and comment down below, "Great video." Subscribe to my channel for more helpful row videos, and I hope you have a blessed day.